Last week we did more races, we went back to iRacing, and following the real-life Fanatec GT Challenge Europe Sprint Cup schedule, the iRacing schedule also went to Barcelona, so I did 20-minute races with a fixed setup, a couple of those, and I also did some 40-minute races with open setup. Let's see how that went. Alright, there we are, first race of the week. We're just loading into the session right now, let's see who's in here. That's some fast guys, some esports fellas in here. With our number 7 car. Let's see if we can finish 7th or higher. Not sure actually, we'll see. A lot of Audis in here. Seems to be the car of choice this week. At least for the fixed, I haven't checked for the open yet. So join me on my second lap of quali. We did get a first quali lap time in, which is something unique on this channel. We're looking at a nice net gain so far, but our last sector last lap wasn't all that great, so we should get a nice improvement here. We're looking for a 41, I'd say 41 mid is something I'd definitely be capable of. I stick it to the inside here. Don't want to track out too wide there, you want to run the inside, maximize the exit. Use the full curb there, also on the inside here. And as you can see, we get a nice gain because of a mistake in our last lap. We're gonna look at 7/10. That's not a bad lap. Bit scruffy, but I'll take it. What's gonna be? 41.6. P8. Not unhappy with the lap, to be honest. So there we go, first race of the week. There's a Ford in front, which qualified on P3, which is actually quite impressive. There's also a McLaren behind and a BMW as well, but like I said, mostly Audis. So we're looking just for a clean getaway here.
Get ready.
There we go. Decent start. Like I said, looks decent so far. Just trying to find our place in the pack here. There's a McLaren slightly on the inside. We'll have to look out for that while braking.
Right side.
So I have to give him the space here.
Keep it steady.
But he backs out by the looks of it. Side by side in front, so this is definitely not over yet.
The guy in front is Daniel, car number 15.
Gonna have to
Their rating is 4.3.
settle here as the guy in front is defending. Can't do much, and not sure what this is, but yeah. He decided to tap me on the rear, which made me lose a second or so, I'd say. That not happy as you can imagine. Why? Why do you hit me mid-corner? Don't really understand that, but maybe it was a ghost contact or something. We'll have to check the replay afterwards. But we don't want to lose the pack. And as you can see, we did slightly lose the pack. All the cars in front were faster, and I also think the McLaren behind is faster. So we were definitely put under pressure here. I was feeling it. I wasn't feeling that comfortable in the car. But the McLaren here looking for a move or a mistake. And I decide the second option is the one for me. So I actually go too deep into the corner there. He goes to the inside. I try to give him the space needed, but yeah, there was a weird incident. He blames me now, as you can hear. He also blames me in the chat afterwards, so that was weird. That was really weird. I'm not sure what you guys think of it. I think it was a racing incident, if I'd say so. There was a little netcode involved as well, but what I didn't know at this point is that the car was damaged as well. I had massive understeer from this point on. That was really weird. I hope it was a leg contact. I think so, but never can be sure in iRacing. Feels a bit understeer now, but feels a massive understeer.
Car right. Still there.
Hope I can follow him. Maybe that's a better tactic
Clear
then.
right.
Come on, man, defend harder.
So we skipped to the last lap of the race because I was getting passed left, right and center. It was just a very frustrating race, and to make matters even worse, I decided to make a huge mistake which cost me 2 positions. Tried to ride it around the outside here, but I do
Clear right.
hit him, I think. It felt like a stupid
Game this
felt
is.
like iRacing glue, and I was very frustrated, as you can hear. Obviously, I apologized to Sheeny, and afterwards we had a nice civil discussion in the iRacing forum, so no harm done on the long run. What the hell, man? Alright, after the great success of race 1, there's always the next race, so we're loading into the session right now. Let's see.
Checkered flag, P4. Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes
Let's
to go.
see. Car number 11 this time. So that's probably a pretty high strength of field. Let's see. What? So the strength of field is 55.44. That's quite something. Or the number 11 car. Yeah. I'm a bit scared. There we go. It's a bit foggy. We definitely need a good lap to stand any
Your exit
kind of
looks clear.
chance.
Stay behind the line. Okay, Harry, we've got 2 laps to set a decent time.
We might improve.
We definitely need a good lap.
Or not. No. That's it. That's it. Dang it. Come on. We're gonna drop bad. We're gonna drop bad. Previous race I started behind Malte Johansson. Now I'm cooked. Cooked in P13. Well, it's gonna be an interesting one, that's for sure. There we go. P13. We're in the mid-pack. We're just gonna try for a clean race, but you never know when you're starting in the mid-pack. So there we go.
Heads up, get ready.
That was an early start. Kind of missed it, but a little bit of a gap can't be that bad. There we go. Drag racing with Alvaro on the left there. We got the inside line, which is nice. Let's see if they...
On your left.
As you can see, a nice clean start from pretty much everyone. Everyone's still on track at least. That's something that doesn't happen a lot. But that does mean the pack stays close together, which might cause some chaos later. We'll see, maybe not, maybe it will. We're trying just to follow the pack here, and the BMW actually goes for the move around the outside. I don't want to give up my position that easily, but I also don't want to crash, so just slight contact was enough there. The outside for this corner. Still side by side, a lot of side by side as well in front. 3 wide in front as well. But we're gonna have to give the position to the BMW there. It's almost impossible to keep your position around the outside there. Still jostling for position. Still very close, but still clean. That was hectic. But we're still alive. We lost some positions, but... well, just stay alive is most important right now.
Okay, Harry, the next car is Kristen, car number 10, B license.
Car right.
Whoa, my days.
Clear right. Car right. Be wide. To the left. Clear right.
We're dropping, but we're still alive.
17th place.
4 wide. Let's go.
Car in front of us is
On your right. Clear to the right.
There's another one off. What a rejoin!
Right side.
So after the very clean start, it all kicked off at the end of lap 1.
Right.
We had a spinner in the last turn, which we narrowly avoided. We had a spinner we avoided in turn 3 by professionally ignoring the yellow flags. Although they were late and the rejoin was pretty bad.
Side.
Still side by side here, this time with the McLaren. And if you look closely in the mirror,
There.
it's actually quite
Hold your line.
remarkable that this McLaren is still even driving. Because his front just seems evaporated. I don't know what happened to it, probably lost it somewhere.
Still there.
How is this guy still competitive?
Clear right.
Look at his front.
Warning. Keep it tidy, please, Harry.
There's also a back marker in this. I mean, definitely doesn't care about his safety rating.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Richard, car number 15.
Hey, what? Dude,
Side. In the middle. 3 wide. Clear to the right. Clear
this
all
guy
left.
is a lap down.
Clear right.
Come on, mate, defend your position.
There we go.
B13.
See what happens here. As I
Car
expected.
Right. 3 wide. You're the left. Car right. Clear right.
You have 7 incident points.
Wasn't me that hit you, dude. You can flash all you want. It's the guy in front of us. Was Peter. So, still fighting hard here with Peter in front. We're looking for the inside line here. We're looking for the move. We actually make the corner, but there's still some contact.
Hold your line.
Which gave him a slightly better exit, I'd say. We're gonna have to try again here. Gonna have to go for the good old switcheroo. David on the outside wants to get in,
To
and
the right.
yeah, that's the end of the race.
On your left. Clear left.
Right, it's a new fresh day. A new day for races. Because yesterday was just... it was something else. It was not the best day. I'm not sure if I even want to show you guys some of the footage, but let's just say it wasn't my day. We did some sprint races, some 20-minute fixed sprint races in the Audi, and I felt not slow actually. My laps felt pretty decent, but somehow in the race it didn't really come together. So we're trying again today. This is the Open Series. We're driving the Porsche because it's a Porsche. And yeah, that's about it. 40-minute race, pit stop. As you can see on the top left, first lap wasn't that great, to put it mildly. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need this second lap. But I was feeling confident in the Porsche. I was feeling quite fast. It's a very fun car to drive, very rewarding. It doesn't hyper rotate like the Audi does. It does feel good on throttle, predictable on braking. I just love it actually. In my opinion, the best GT3 car in the game. And we're already looking at a quite nice net gain. Actually, a purple first sector is the best I've done so far. So we're looking at a good lap, at least for my standards. This turn you have to really turn in later than you think and track out wider than you think. I was struggling with that earlier in the week, but I seem to get it under control as the races progress. And this was the corner where I clearly made a mistake in the last lap. Looking at the delta, this is looking good for a nice starting position. No!
minutes, please, Harry. The leader has just done a 140.62.
There we go. We're off.
Go, go, go.
This guy with an absolute launch of a start. Probably already accelerated before the pack, but it's fine.
On your left.
So almost going the
Line.
back of this Porsche here.
Clear on the left.
Definitely this race we're trying to stay out of trouble to minimize the
Line.
damage of starting at the back.
Still there.
So staying out of trouble is quite essential for that, obviously.
Still there. Clear left.
We do get away cleanly, not trying to go for that move, but also not trying to make it easy for the cars behind.
Left side. Clear to the left. Left
So we're still all side by side. Very common in these races actually.
Keep it steady. Clear left.
We go single file here for just a bit, but as you can see there is a tap in front. Oh, and there we go. I reckon.
Side.
I can narrowly avoid this crash here, so we actually got lucky that we get away unscathed.
Car number 20.
Couple of laps later,
We've had a cut warning.
this guy's in front fighting, and I think this guy in the McLaren has a slowdown, so we have to dive to the inside. It does look like a nice move, but
Hold your
I think it
line.
was mostly due to this guy having a slowdown.
Still there.
And a little further in the race, not really much happening. I was stuck behind Yoko here. He was the guy who massively jumped the start, so he was doing well. But we decide to pit early and see if we can gain positions like that. Maybe the best turn on the track is this pit entry. I kind of love it. I think it's really cool. I don't know, it just feels good.
80 kilometers per hour.
Barcelona just feels kind of mid to me. I've never met anyone who says Barcelona is their favorite track, but I've also never met anyone who says
91%.
Barcelona is the worst track in the world. It's just mid in every sense. And as you can see also on pit exit, nothing, so
And their rating
quite a
is
boring race.
0.7.
Only the last lap I'd say wasn't that boring. Here we are close behind Alberto Fuentes. And we're trying to go for a move and he goes deep just a little bit. Tries to defend, so I'm gonna try and make it work around the outside here. Not a very conventional
Still there.
corner to overtake. He does run deep. I do try the switcheroo, but he blocks me nicely, so no way past there.
That's the finish. Well done.
All right, there we go. Qualifying. Let's get a decent lap in, shall we? So we instantly join the next race, or well, not instantly, you get like an hour break, but this is the next race on the same day. So I was hungry for that result. I felt like I could show more. I felt I had more pace than I'd shown before. So I was, like I said, hungry for a decent result and also for a decent quali. This is the first time in a long time that we actually get 2 decent laps in.
That's a new fastest lap for
And I think it was a P4 or 5 in the end, so
P3.
quite a decent result here. I'm I'm absolutely lost for words. A 40.3. Smooth. So this is what the front of the field actually looks like. It was nice to start up front for once. Not the highest strength of field in terms of what it used to be this week, or I think the fixed series has a little bit higher strength of fields, but it was nice to start up front and to see what starts are like up there. So as you can see, a lot less chaotic. Can pick my line. We're side by side in front. So this guy, Memovic, he is a 3K driver and casually overtaking a 9K driver. So that's actually quite decent.
Rating
Yeah, not gonna fight that guy. Alex trying to get back at Number Vic instantly. But the McLaren here holds his line nicely around the outside. You would expect Alex to, well, give up second position, but he dives there deep into the corner, but has to give way here. Oh, great. We got a blinker onto the next lap. Or is it? Yeah, lap number 2. We decide going straight isn't really for us, so we drift.
On your left, clear to the left.
You have 5 incident points.
So we're gonna have to rejoin at the back. And in all honesty, the car was already loose, so just needed a slight tap. And look at that as well. I only saw it when editing, but that car that was off there almost hit us. The slight tap was enough to set us round, and well, we're gonna have to do a race similar as last time. Start from the back and make our way through the pack and see where we end up.
Alright, Harry, just cut the track. You have 6 incident points.
Well, no meatball, that's the good news, I guess. Everything went pretty smooth. We were gaining positions. We actually gained a lot until this happened. And I've seriously never had this before.
You have 16 incident points.
What?
We'll need to pit for repairs. We've had the meatball flag.
Awesome racing, Silver, Thomas Arend makes a power move there over Madison.
Outside because Thomas Arndt, that was a great move to kind of fake him out to the outside line. Just sharply got it down towards the right side of the outside.
We're ready. Alright, there we go. Starting in P10 as the number 9 car.
Harry, pretty confident here. A decent finish will be around P9, 40 minutes.
40-minute race again. Pit stop. Let's see if we can survive. I'd give my...
This is a rolling start. Follow car number 10 in the right lane.
I'd give one of my kidneys for a finish now. Couldn't see him.
Go, go, go.
No, 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 please don't. I'm gonna back out of this.
Clear, clear all around. Car right. He's still there. Keep it steady. Clear right.
Why did he? Don't think we have damage. Whew.
The guy in front is Blanco, car number 6.
He's gone. This guy just made it 4 wide or something. Was exciting. I was in the sandwich there, I think. Not sure what would have happened if I didn't back out.
The guy ahead is Ortega, car number 11, B license.
Alright. Focus. And focus is what I did, because this was everything interesting that happened in this race. The rest of the race was just me lapping, which is good, but it's not very entertaining to watch. I was just in this gap behind Christian all race and in front of Yeshel behind, at least until the pit stops. Nothing happened, literally nothing. So I'll just show you next lap, which was the fastest lap of the race that I did, so I can show you at least something. It's something, right? Coming up to turn 1 here, brake on the curb. Barcelona has this theme of where you use curbs to the maximum everywhere. You could also hop over the sausage curb in the Porsche on the inside, but I chose not to because I couldn't do it consistently. Turn 3 or 4, I always forget the numbers, but it's about waiting and know when you can go on throttle. It's repetition there. Also here, brake on the curbs. Go on throttle earlier than you think, or at least than I was thinking throughout the whole week. And in this corner you can brake later than you think and run a little deeper than you think, or at least that's how I experienced it. And again, you go maximum onto the curb there. It's pretty universal in racing though that you want to maximize the exit curbs. Kind of missed the apex here, but in the Porsche it doesn't really matter because you can hop that sausage curb really nicely. It's actually very rewarding to do. Try to do it in the Lambo or the Audi and you will definitely get killed. Onto the straight here. And in this corner I try to brake onto the apex and rotate the car to stick it to the inside, because as often in racing the inside here becomes the outside for the next corner. And in this corner it's all about waiting and knowing when you can go on throttle and again maximize that exit. And that is almost a full lap of Barcelona. What? Turn in like... I don't know what he means.
You've just done a 141.57.
Check after the race.
Very little fuel left in this lap. Box this lap.
And now we're coming up to the pit stop. And like I said, nothing much happened. We're still behind Christian. I think he pulled a little bit of a gap to us. Maybe like half a second or a little bit more. The guy behind already pits, so we need to make sure he doesn't jump us. But coming up now is my absolute favorite corner of the track, which is the pit entry. And as you can see, we almost gain a second here on Christian. Not really on the pit entry, but also braking for the pit line. For the pit difficult word, pit speed limit. Car struggling to make it. But we do make it. And it's actually a short stop. I think you only have to refuel 22 liters. As you can see in the right, above the relative. It's a pretty quick stop. And we pull out in front of Christian actually. So we gain a position in the pit stop. And that was pretty much it. That was all the action in the race. If you want to call a overtake in the pit stop action, then that was the only action. And obviously lap 1. But that was it. Finally!
2 litres left. P7. And there's the finish. Good result, mate. Well done.
Oh. Man. What the race. Finally. Now I need to check why this guy said, yeah, turn like in like I'm not there. Right, so we're here. This guy makes it 4 wide. It's a little exciting. So I know I'm getting pinched here, so I kind of just back out. Well, yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be one for the sim racing stewards in the chat. He's off track, so I didn't expect him to rejoin as quickly as he did. Then he did a proper Grosjean there. This guy's spinning. We both have to take evasive action, obviously. And then there's a slight touch with him, and I think he's off into the gravel at this point. I think I'm in the clear here. I'm not sure what the spotter said, but he was obviously still there. It's a bit unfortunate also with the spinner there that taking my attention mostly. But other than that, finally a good race.
I feel so relieved.